Yeah, I was talking to my friend about this because he's been on the the path a while too, not quite as long as me, but he's turned that corner. You see, when you turn that corner, what does it mean? Turn the corner. It means you finally. It's like you're free of this compelling tendency to indulge in this dark vortex of this lustful energy that's seemingly so strong. I remember how strong it is. I used to have a sexual fantasy thought, and then I would look at something on the internet, and then I would just watch how, like, the mind, just my whole being would just get into that. It was so, like, tantalizing for the mind, this whole lust and fantasies and just sexual thinking and all that. Yeah. So we were talking about how grace has to be some power, unexplainable power, that will come rescue us as long as we keep putting forth the effort at some magical point. I don't know when. People ask me how long it takes. I don't know. It's subjective, it's individual, like we don't know. Because this change happens on the core of your being. It's not a thought, it's not like your will. Okay, I'm just not gonna lust anymore. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just doesn't happen. Some people think they can do that. That's okay. You keep trying to do that and you'll find you can't do that. Not on the deepest level. Many people walking around, maybe they don't. It's like holding a spring down. I'm gonna make myself not do it. Yeah, but it's there still. They can't look at a girl and talk to her being at ease the same way maybe they can talk to a guy or whatever other situation. It's like when a girl's in front of them, something starts activating. Now, you don't become a robot. If you're a man and a heterosexual man, you're going to feel some natural appreciation, some balance that feels good if you're talking to a woman, especially if she matches with you and she's a good woman. You're going to feel that. That's normal. But the corner I'm talking about turning is you can enjoy that, but there's no like hunger for it. There's no attachment to it. You're not like obsessing about it when it ends. You're not thinking about how to possess her. Oh, it feels so good. I need to like get her number and she has to sign a contract. Like, she's mine now. I want to keep this energy. Yeah, that doesn't happen. You talk, you enjoy, she goes. The same way you go to a beach, you enjoy the beach, you leave. If you had plans to go to a beach or to go somewhere and it rained and you couldn't go, you're probably not it's not gonna be a big deal. So same thing with the girl. It's just the female energy gets put in its place. It's not such a big deal. This is freedom, this is liberation. This is what him and I were talking about. And so this is why I wrote the book. Forgot the title. Preserving Your Sexual Energy, or yeah, it's out anyway. You can look on the website and see the book link and go and see that book if you want, if you're interested. I talk about, well, you can see all the chapters. I list that in the book preview. You can see the table of contents. But a few of my favorite chapters are when I'm talking about, lust, but also dopamine, because that's the core central, that's where it all starts, dopamine. We want the dopamine hit. The female energy gives us a dopamine hit that releases the feel-good chemicals, and then we feel good. And so but then it makes us addicting. It's like more addictive than anything. Then we start chasing that all the time. Chasing it through porn, through masturbation, through female attention, through fantasies, whatever. We can get pretty creative, but we want the dopamine hit. So we talk about the dopamine, and then we also talk about edging. It's another big topic that's also core. That's where it starts. The porn, the masturbation, all the fetishes, that springs from the lust or the subtle edging. That's where it comes from. It's like it's not enough anymore just to go out and look for girls, especially if you don't get any. Even if you get them, it doesn't matter, because it's a progressive, like you can almost say, disease, the way this sexual addiction operates. Let's say you get the girls, you're a player. Yeah, you get the girls, you get to have sex, you have your one night stand, you go play on that, what's the website? I've never been on it. Where you go and you get hooked up I almost know the name. Tinder or something. Yeah. All right. Let's say you're a player on Tinder, and you can get hookups whenever you want. That's going to get boring. It's going to get boring, number one. And then number two, you're going to start wanting to do more freaky things because your normal dopamine hit is not working anymore. Just talking to a girl, it used to be fine when you were 10 years old. You went to the movies, you saw a girl, you smile, oh, that was, and you feel good for a couple days over that. Yeah. Then that keeps changing. Now you want to own the girl, you want to get the girl, then you want to have sex. Well, you want to kiss the girl, and then you want to see her naked, and then you want to have sex with her. And then even that's not enough. Then you start getting into freaky things. Justifying, saying, no, this is a healthy expression of sex. Yeah, look, the medical paper says, have a healthy sex life. The cards are really stacked against somebody who wants to be free of this because like nobody hardly promotes it or is doing it. And on top of that, it's misunderstood. The ignorant people misunderstand this. They don't know what it is. They think you're weird. All this nonsensical propaganda. So you gotta be a real warrior. Doesn't care though. Like they don't care what the world thinks and what the people think and what. Like you just don't care. You're one with truth. It's like you and truth are a majority. You listen to that, and that's what you do. So it all starts with this lust, like I say, and then it grows, keeps growing. And those who can't get the hookups, I already shared the example about if you can get the hookups, but those who can't get the hookups, then those people usually, they're more introverted by nature. They don't want to go out and say the lines, and I never really did either, So then they start playing on the computer. They're like, I don't need to go out. I got the computer. This is better anyway. I don't need to deal with the aftermath and drama of having sex with the girl, and then afterwards it's usually downhill, and then forget all that. I'm just gonna look at the computer. Okay, either one. If you're a player, a sex addict, or if you're a porn masturbation addict, still, it's no good. Like it's not good, and I'm not about morality. I'm about truth. Truth is higher than morality. It's about vibration. When you do these debaucherous things, debaucherous for your inner self. That's all. It's not in alignment with your inner self. So when you do these things, you're not going to feel good. That's why we shouldn't do them. That's what I'm saying. It's not like, oh, the Bible tells me not to do it. No, you don't do it because you find out, like, this sucks when I do it. Like, why am I doing this? Yeah. And then sometimes you feel like you're stuck. You're like, damn, I can't stop doing it. Then you realize how strong this addiction is. And then I say, okay, go check out a 12-step meeting or something because you're in a group. It's free, and you have the support of others who are doing the same thing. It's just a law. It's a law that energetic support will give you more support than if you're alone with your mind. Yeah, it's common sense. But usually we have to hit some kind of strong bottom before we're willing to do that. Usually we say, no, I can handle it myself. I'm just going to stop. Yeah, some can. There's no standard here, but a lot can't. And so therefore, God creates other, helpful, assistive modalities that can help you on this journey. So I get into all those things in my book, the edging, the dopamine, Ojas. Yeah, I talk about the Ojas too. It's about Ojas. I made few videos about Ojas. If you want to hear about it, you can just type Ojas, O-J-A-S, in my channel search box, and then the video should come up. Because that's what we're doing here. We want to preserve our Ojas. Ojas is let's just make it easy. It's the life force of the body. If there was no life force, there's nothing. We can say, oh, but our heart's important, our lungs are important. Yeah, but none of that would exist without the Ojas. The Ojas is like the initial, like, substratum ingredient that holds all this together and that gives power to everything else in your body. It's not really about semen. Oh, I lost my semen. It's not about the semen. The Ojas is in the semen. So if you lose the semen, you're going to lose the Ojas. And also, Ojas, you lose Ojas through dopamine stimulation. This is the biggest way we lose Ojas. So I talk about those things in the book too. And then we go over this whole idea and fantasy about having an orgasm without releasing, like what that really means. because people think that means most have had orgasms releasing. They know how that feels. That 7 second hit of euphoria. They imagine that's the same thing you're feeling when people talk about having an orgasm without releasing, but it's not. Actually, most that talk about it don't know what it is. It's a catchy title, so they're like, oh, I'll get hits if I talk about that. So I talk about that. I talk about this myth that if you don't play, I heard something. Okay, it was a bird. Now there are bears. It's rare you'll see one, but with my luck, I'll be looking in the camera and all of a sudden we'll see a bear together. I hope it don't happen. This whole myth of if you don't play with your pecker, you're gonna lose it. Yeah, this whole nonsense. Why do they say that? Because it justifies these techniques and all this stuff, stimulating techniques that they want to sell you, so that then I made a video before about that. Isn't that seemingly a good deal? All the sex addicts, it's like, look, man, you don't have to stop playing with your equipment. In fact, you can play with it and you can keep getting the dopamine hit. That's the part they don't talk about. And in the process of doing that, you're energizing yourself, and then you can use that energy to manifest things. You can put a hex on girls and stuff. Yeah, it's amazing. Again, back to the low-level society time we're living in. I don't know how my channel even has 25,000 subscribers, or 26, or whatever. Yeah, but it's God's business. I don't have any goals about this. So I just wanted to, share a little bit about, I just wanted to let you know my book's out and share a little bit on these topics. And then if you want to know more about them, you can read about them. Something nice about a book sometimes, because it's all put together. Man, it's a hell of a lot of work to write a book, let me tell you. You got to write it, then you got to get it edited, and then you got to get it proofread, and then you got to get it formatted. Yeah, it's not my thing. I'm much more like what we're doing now, just free. I don't like be behind the computer, But I felt these books were important. The life force made me write them, so I wrote them. And there you go. If you wanted to pick that up, you can check it. All right, I'll see you guys.